The World Health Organization (WHO) estimates that about 500 million people in the world live with disability, with about 75% of that figure living in developing countries. In Nigeria, the WHO estimates put the number of persons with disability (PWDs) at 19 million. Some other organizations, however, say the figure could be as high as 24 million. Despite this large population of PWDs in the country, there is no framework or legislation at the national level to protect their rights. Attempts have been made in the past by the National Assembly to produce a law to ensure the integration of PWDs. Such attempts have failed, with the last attempt in 2012 also failing to receive presidential assent. When passed, the bill will completely outlaw discrimination of persons with disability in the areas of employment, housing and transportation. To fully understand the challenges faced by PWDs and the urgent need for this legislation, I decided to spend a day with some persons living with disability in Lagos. The program is Law Weekly and I am Shola Sheyeli. Welcome. It's a sunny morning and we're at the home of Dayo, a young entrepreneur, a writer, and we're here to experience with him a day in the life of a person living with physical disability. Come along. Meet Dari, a 2002 graduate of the Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife. He studied English language and literature. A polio infection at a young age left him in this condition. After graduation, getting a job became a major challenge. But 11 years after leaving university, Dari is the Chief Executive Officer of a media and corporate communications outfit he founded himself. He also works as a freelance radio station presenter in Lagos. Descending this 6th flight of long, narrow and steep winding staircase of his 3-story building presents the first danger he lives with daily. Dari tells me that oftentimes he is haunted by memories of several near-fatal accidents, weeks of hospitalization, and the inevitable POP that follows such visits. And so often he pauses to catch his breath before completing this daily ritual. He lives in one of those residential areas where commercial vehicles are restricted during certain periods of the day. And following the ban on the commercial motorcyclist popularly called Okada in Lagos, he has to beg the cars passing in front of his gates for a ride to the nearest bus stop. When he has deadlines, however, he takes a taxi. A journey from his street in Ikeja to the premises of the Lagos State government-owned radio station, Eko FM, around Alausa where he presents his weekly radio program, would cost him only 100 naira on an Okada. But the same journey by taxi is about 700 naira. But Dari cannot complain much. Indeed, he is one of the very lucky few of a multitude of persons living with disability, majority of whom are unemployed even when they are well qualified for the jobs they seek. Today, Dayo is off work and has made arrangements with a private taximan to pick him. He plans to visit his friend who lives in Yaba, another area of Lagos. Dayo's friend Pawale is another person living with physical disability. She describes herself as a sports lady and has represented Rivers State playing table tennis at national championships. Daily, she heads to the National Stadium in Surulere for her training.
Just pass.
Even when I go, to get to the stadium from her house in Yaba, Shehu wheels herself to the bus stop. This Malam with a little kiosk of sweets and other petty things helps her up this steep road. Shehu must take two buses, one from Yaba to Oyingbo and another from there to Surulere. She tells me that it is often a long wait at the bus stops before some sympathetic bus drivers stop to pick her.
Oh yeah, now we are looking at her.
When I asked about her safety and the fear of accidents, she simply laughed it off and says that our God will continue to guide her.
Ibi méjì mo fi ṣe training, ibi bá àti bẹ̀yẹn. Manager.
At the National Stadium in Surulere, Shehu is trying out for a new sport today, wheelchair lawn tennis. After winning a silver and 2 bronze medals playing table tennis, she feels the need to broaden her choices and widen her horizon.
That's it, Bob. Good set time. Not I know my one. Now stop at look. Eyes on the ball, eyes on the ball. What? Go. Man, to play.
Coach Tamina Frank is in charge here.
When I started wheelchair coaching, I had a vision first to give it to the persons with physical challenge what God has given me naturally as a talent. Because before I dabbled into coaching wheelchair tennis, I used to coach a lot of able-bodied tennis players. And at one point I came to realize that tennis is being played also by persons with disability. And each time I go around the street in Nigeria and I see people with disability just hanging around, some are taking to begging, some are just in their sorrowful state, not doing nothing. I came to realize that God has given me a talent. Now all what I have to give back to my brothers with disability is my own given talent. And what was that given talent is tennis that I play, and which I know this tennis also exists for the physically challenged, which is wheelchair tennis. Then I dabble into it. I got a few of them. I tried it, it worked, and I also changed their perception about life. It also gave some of them that happy state. It brought them out of their sorrowful state and begin to give them an occupation to live on. And some take it as a career now. As I talk to you, I have few of them here that have been to a lot of championships around the world. Currently, Nigeria is an African champion. Since the inception of wheelchair tennis in Nigeria, we've been back-to-back winning the Nations Cup, and we've been to the 2 Paralympics in wheelchair tennis, which to me it's a fulfillment of what God has sent me to do.
Due to my parents, they are not rich, that's why I chose sport. But due to sport, they do pay us salary, but they do hold us a lot. Now we did our state festival December 9. We finished December 19. Till this present moment, we've not been paid. Then, due to the sports, I have silver and 2 bronze. They've not paid us our award. While other states have done theirs, it's only we Rivers that we've not done our own, because I compete for Rivers.
When you go out, what do you go? What kind of social activities do you engage in?
Maybe some of my friends, maybe they are doing their birthday, I'll go there. Just like that. And wedding. That's the only thing I went for.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
What, is he an able-bodied person?
Yes.
How long?
We've been dating for good a year now.
Eyes on the ball, eyes on the ball. What? Go. Man, to play.
We accompanied Dayo to Alausa for his meeting with some of his colleagues and the officials of the Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs. After their meeting, the National President of Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, Mrs. Adedoyin, who also runs a vocational school for deaf children, tells me about some of her challenges.
As a deaf woman, I first is beg. I can't go out at night because of hearing transport or hearing problem. Again, going to market. Here in Lagos, we have to ask how much and cost down. Sometimes they will give us what is cheap at big money because of hearing. People can't understand deaf. Low understanding of deaf people is affecting us much. Even the challenges of going to hospital. We deaf women are mothers also. We are wives of some men. My own husband was hearing. We are married into family. We have our children. We have our grandchildren around us that we care them. But the society, deafness is nothing. But the society, how would they see us? Some people see deaf person as Satan. They see us as something to be avoided. But nobody buy disability in the market, no. It just happened.
I've spent some hours with you today and seen you move about. Yeah, seen you move about and seen you do a few things. But is this what a normal day is like for you all the time, or anything different?
Well, if anything, I think it's been a lot easier today for some freak of luck, if I could say. Traffic wasn't that bad. And, and you see what it was like coming out at home from this, you can see how steep those staircases are, you understand? And those things are granted here, but ordinarily there are, standard ways stairs are consulted where it wouldn't have been that dangerous and all of that. You can see how slippery the floor was. Those weren't even the problem. After I left the compound, from my street there, getting to the main road to get a taxi, it's not an easy feat.
Beyond the challenges of everyday living, what other real issues are there that confront you, as a person living with disability?
Some of the other real issues that confront you is the fact that society look at you as the society is not ready for you. The society doesn't have a space for you. You understand? That's one reality you have to. The society doesn't have a space for you, and the society, even though yes, there's all that pity and all of that, but they still see you as something less human. Don't be deceived by all that pity. You understand? How would you feel if your pretty young sister come home and say he wants to marry someone like me? Oh, you understand? So, don't be carried away by all that pity. Society still doesn't see you as something human enough. Yeah, there are a number of, say, matured and kind people who are above that, but the larger majority are just like that, Not because they hate you specially, but just because you understand. So those are part of the realities you live with as a person with disability. It's more expensive as a person living with disability, no matter your disability, okay? There's no space for you in society. The society is not inclusive. And secondly, the people, you understand, see you as something less human. So those are the reality you live with every day as a person with disability. To even start with, there is no law in the Nigerian Constitution, as it were, a justiciable law protecting the rights of persons with disability in Nigeria. You understand? But thank God in Lagos State, for all that challenge you see in Lagos State is still a whole lot light years ahead when you talk about the interfacing, if I should say, with persons with disability, their rights and their welfare and all of that. Lagos State is far away, and yet still the challenge. Yeah, of course, Lagos being such a huge metropolitan city, So, but at least thank God in Lagos there is this disability law in place. And what does this law does is first give the persons with disability a sense of belonging. They're part of the society. The space I was talking about, the law starts to create that, because if my right as a person with disability is trampled upon, if I'm unfairly victimized, if I'm unfairly discriminated against, you understand, as a person with disability, I have a recourse in the law. You understand? Which doesn't exist in the Nigerian constitution, but thank God we have it in Lagos State and a couple of other states in Nigeria. Okay, but not just having that, there is we just had a meeting with LASODA now, Lagos State Office of Disability Affairs. You know, there is an agency created to monitor the implementation of that law. You understand? You know, so that is about creating space, the space for me to operate as a person. You understand? Look at Okwe in the morning coming home to the stadium. You can imagine her on a wheelchair along those, narrow and very fast-moving traffic. It's dangerous. So there should be curbs. You understand, for pedestrians where that's accessible to wheelchair. Lagos is doing that now. Many of the new roads are meeting that specification. There are sidewalks but many of them are still not accessible to wheelchair. You understand? So those are part of the issue that government can do: create a law and a monitoring agency. You understand, to monitor it. And beyond even that, you know, when policies are created, you know, the issue of Okada is there's no going back in it. But you see, they could have, you know, it's been a major saving grace for persons with disability. You understand? Look at what imagine me, the last place a bus would have dropped me. Imagine me walking all the way from that place. You know, those are the things Okadas do. You understand? In as much as, well, it's justifiable for government to do that, but they should also think of, you understand, sometimes it's just about being a little bit more creative.
Daniel Onwe is a legal practitioner who consults for leading disability organizations in Nigeria. He served as the chairman of the technical committee of the disability bill, working with the 6th National Assembly.
Persons with disability are actually not factored in the scheme of affairs in this country. So the bill actually targets addressing such lapses in the Nigerian society. It will actually equalize the opportunities, and it will fully integrate them into the society so that they can actually be partners in the development of Nigeria. It will enable them to indeed contribute their quota towards the development. It will actually empower them to become assets rather than being liabilities to the country.
Mr. Onwe, who also made inputs into the Lagos State Special Persons Law, also spoke about the challenges facing the 7th National Assembly. He notes that issues of disability have gone beyond being mere rehabilitation, but encompasses human and development rights.
The challenges primarily will actually be the inability of the executive to actually assent to it, because the bill actually has a checkered history. It's right from the days of Obasanjo. The bill actually came to him for assent, which was never done until he left office. And Goodluck Jonathan also inherited that bill, though it was repassed by the National Assembly. And during his first tenure, he still failed to pass that bill. And the present assembly is going all over in repassing that bill for him to assent. The House of Reps have actually passed their version. The Senate is still working on theirs. After they've actually passed, then they can now harmonize for assent. So as it is now, one of the major challenges is the issue of whether the bill will actually create a commission for persons with disability or not. The version passed by the House of Reps does not have a commission, but we are hoping that by the time the Senate will actually pass it, they will actually provide for commission, and that will be sustained when it will be harmonized. If the bill is actually passed without a commission, it will be like a car without an engine. The commission is indeed critical to actually implement the bill. Again, there could also be the issue of maybe some ministries like Women Affairs, who it could actually misunderstood to be doing all the things that the commission will be created to do, but that's not true. That's not true. The commission is actually to be a dedicated commission, dedicated to the issues of disability, because disability issues have actually gone technical, and it has gone beyond what can actually be handled by the rehabilitation department of ministries of women affairs, because basically it's actually that department that has some relationship with issues of disability. But issues of disability has far gone beyond mere rehabilitation. It's now a human rights issue. It also has some economic dimension. So it's not just a medical rehabilitation issue that one would say a ministry, or rather a department in Ministry of Women Affairs can adequately handle.
For many Nigerians who have been watching the issues as they play out, the expectation is that the current efforts will finally put to rest some contending issues with the bill and culminate in the assent of the president. That's our package this week. Of course, we'll keep close tabs on the bill as it progresses and bring you the developments as it unfolds. I am Shola Shayeli. Thank you for watching.